many fans will no doubt recognise the face, but we're not too naive to believe that some may not quite have heard of John and who he is. So that's the purpose of one of these interviews, John. So if you can maybe talk us through your career as an athlete, but obviously now how you're still heavily involved in the sport and why you're here out in Rome.
Yes, well, for me, I started off as a triple jumper many years ago, and then moved on to running the 100 and the 200, and pretty much made my name in the sport as a 200-meter athlete. Went to 3 Olympics, I think 5 World Championships, got medals in every major championship. Currently still the 200-meter British record holder, only joined last year by Adam Gemelli in breaking the 20-second barrier. So me and Adam are the 2 best 200-meter runners in the country. And what I do now, I'm a sports agent, so I manage a lot of athletes, try and help them fulfill their beliefs and ideas and careers within the sport, and try and get them to, get to major championships and medal, and just try to guide them to get them to understand what it takes to be a world-class athlete, really.
Touching back on your career just slightly then, you obviously have very fond memories of Rome. Do you want to talk us through obviously the medal that you won in the 200 metres at the Olympics? Obviously I'm sure you can remember it very well. Do you want to talk us through that experience of competing here?
Sure. Rome was always a very special place for me, because that was my first major outdoor medal. Way back in 1987. A young kid who was in the sport no more than 3 years, and represented Great Britain, made it to the final of the 200 metres, got drawn in lane number 2, was leading up to 195 metres and got pipped at the line, which was gutting. But actually to step on the rostrum and receive a medal was a great boost, and that helped me believe that I could make it in the sport of athletics. And as I said, Rome is a special place. I used to love running the Diamond League events here and the Golden League events when they were called back in my day, because it's a beautiful track. The stadiums are absolutely unbelievable, and it was my first major championship here.
Talk about, you just touched that Golden League, Diamond League. Now, as through the managerial eyes compared to your athlete performance days, how much has the circuit changed? And obviously more people like yourself, obviously there's a whole lot more professionalism in and around in terms of management and support and setup, and these athletes coming to these meetings.
Yes, I mean the sport has changed. The fun aspect has unfortunately seemed to have gone out, because it's become a lot more professional. It's become a lot more cutthroat. Which, depending on your individual personality, is either good or bad. I mean, when I used to know when I used to compete, the more fun I had, the better I did, because if I enjoyed myself, I did it better.
Sure.
And that's what I try and bring back to the clients that I represent. Yes, you got to work hard. Yes, you got to train hard. You got to be focused, but you got to have an element of fun and enjoyment, because if you enjoy it, it becomes a lot more palatable for the 10-12 years of your athletic career. So it's all about giving the athletes and giving those individuals a chance to excel. Understand that you have to be professional, you have to realise that this is your job and you've got to treat it as such, but at the same time enjoy it, because when it's gone, it is gone.
Sure, definitely. Us as spectators now sitting back, we can't wait for this evening, so just get your thoughts on, is there any particular clashes or events that you're really looking forward to this evening in Rome?
Well, I obviously the 100 metres is to me #1 event in athletics, and I know people may not like me saying that, but yes it is. So it's looking at Justin Gatlin, to be honest. I mean, he's in unbelievable form at this particular point in time, and just to see how the rest of the field cope with what they know, as Justin has just run 9.7, although it was slightly windy, it's still 9.7. Your body has to travel at that speed. So it'd be interesting to see how the other athletes try to do battle with him. And for me, again, the 200, my event, which I love competing against, we've got Alonzo Edward, who's the fastest professional athlete in the world at this current point in time, doing battle with Curtis Mitchell, who's a bronze medalist. So it should be a very interesting battle. And some of the British guys, again, Adam Gemelli, he's here, just coming off the back of running 10.08. So just seeing exactly where he is, and he's a young kid. He's got a lot of growing, a massive amount of potential. I don't think he's scratched the surface of where his career will actually end up, and it's really good to see him here and see how he does against the best in the world.
Always throws up a lot of rivalries. If I take it over to the ladies and the sprint hurdles in particular, we've got Sally Pearson, Brianna Rawlins and Ali, the new reigning world indoor champion. So when you've got a start line like that from a spectator's point of view, it's just mouth-watering, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And to be honest, that is the the strongest field that they've assembled here. I mean, you've got some of the best athletes in the world vying to be the best on this particular day. So you are going to get an absolutely blistering hurdles race, and especially with the hurdles, one mistake and you lose. 10 barriers to get over, and you've got to completely be focused. You've got to completely understand what you need to do, and at the same time not succumb to the pressure of knowing that if you make a mistake, somebody else is going to get in front of you. So that is going to be a very, very interesting race.
And last thing, just flicking over to the field, stand out potentially as a men's high jump. We've got 5 guys who've jumped over 2 meters and 40 plus. There's constant talk all summer of this world record go, but just to have those 5 guys, it's just so captivating to watch them and compete and see who comes on top.
Oh, it is. I mean, the high jump has gone through some peaks and troughs, no pun intended, but you know, we've got guys now who are absolute. We've never in the high jump history had 5 guys 2 meters 40. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, on any given day, any of those 5 can win, and you've still got guys pushing them, jumping 237, 238, 236. So again, quality field. Very interesting to see who's going to win, and it's all about who jumps the height first. Whoever clears the height first is in the pole position, so that's going to be one really to watch.
One final thing, John, how much do you think we can read into the circuit and then compared to major championships? Because obviously British, European athletes, they've obviously potentially got Commonwealth Games and European Championships. For you yourself, were they all a culminate towards a championship? Can we gauge too much on how we do in Rome and then how we're going to do in Glasgow or how we're going to do in Zurich for the European Championships?
Well, I think you can, because a lot of the athletes are now understanding the Commonwealth Games is approaching. It's probably about 6 weeks away. So athletes are now wanting to round into shape, and as you can see, Adam Gemelli 10.08, which means he's in fine form. A lot of the athletes are trying now to put good performances in order to make themselves feel comfortable, and at the same time show the rest of their competitors, hey, I'm the guy to be. I'm the person you've got to look at the major championship. Because most of these events, as you see, the Diamond League events, a lot of the athletes, when there's a championship within the season, they use them to get themselves ready mentally and physically to then propel themselves at the major championship. So the Commonwealth Games and Europeans this year, you will see some of the athletes on the circuit performing at a very high competitive pace, and at the same time, if you look at them, no matter if they finish first, second, third or fourth, it's all about building towards the Commonwealth, because these meets are good, but they want to be great when the championship turns up.
It's been fascinating talking to you, John. Thank you very much for the time, and we just can't wait for Rome now.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm looking forward to all the events, and for me, just sitting in the stand and watching.
Thank you, John.
No problem, thanks.
Cheers.